Hello, everyone. Welcome again to K Podcast. Okay, I did say I will be doing a video about the Sinners movie. So give me a moment because, yeah, I'm still getting my things set up and we are gonna get into it as soon as I get this whole thing set up. Let me see. Wanna fix the background. Um, mm, okay, I don't know what is happening. I'm trying to change the background of this video and see if I can uh, get this thing started. You know what? We're gonna start anyways. So, the Sinners movies. This is the thing that I don't like about the movie Sinners. A lot of people don't talk about it, but I am gonna give my honest opinion on this because I've seen a lot of people out here praising the movie. It's the nicest movie, and this is the thing, especially with the black women portrayal characteristic. So let's say the character is it Annie. Annie, Annie's character is. I'm just gonna call it what I see it as. It is a mammy trope. She is portrayed as the typical way that Hollywood likes portraying. I'm gonna say black women and big black women. So um I'm gonna get into that character on its own alone because I don't know. I should have probably wrote this down, each one of them, because um I have I have a lot to say about each one of those characters, and yeah, it's the truth. I have a lot of things to say about them. Um so you know the regular story of the Sinners, the movie, and let me just choose this photo over here. When people talked about Annie's character, I'm not gonna lie myself. I am absolutely not going to lie. I did think that Annie was you know, the 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 mother because of the way she acted from the start. The way she reacted was like she acted as the mom. She acted as if she was the mom to to I don't know if the one she dated was Smoke or Stack. I can't remember right now, but to one of Michael B. Jordan's twins. So when I was actually shocked when they started kissing. I'm not gonna lie. So let's stop lying and behave like everybody thought. Let's just get this one particular topic out there first. Like everybody thought that Annie was his wife. I didn't know he was his wife. I thought she was his mom because she acted like his mom. Let's not lie. And I don't like the way that they portrayed her. She didn't look like put together at all, apart from at the end. And then you notice that the producers of this movie could have made her look at least some kind of decent in the whole movie. But no, it was just at the end after she's gone through the afterlife. And I don't know what kind of thing they want the audience to take from this. Is it that they want you to be like, oh my God, so I can only become pretty in the afterlife? And the fact that she did, another thing that pisses me off about Annie's character is that she did a protection spell for, is it the husband? I think it was Smoke or Stack. Oh goodness God. Because I think Stack is the one that died, that had the vampire girlfriend. Is it Mary? But she did the voodoo for she did the protection spell for him, but she couldn't do one for herself. Now that alone just made my head spin when I watched the movie. It made my head spin because I'm like, so you are out here looking out for other people, and the fact that you're pregnant. Let's not forget, she was pregnant in that movie. She was, and there are other two ways that they also portrayed black women in this particular movie. Either you are like Annie, the What was the other woman's name? I can't remember the other skinny black lady. I can't remember her name. I'm going to talk about her later. Either you are like Annie, the fat, mammish, loving, and somebody that will protect a particular anybody other than yourself, because that was what it was given me. She would protect everybody else, especially the man in her life, other than herself. And another thing about Annie's character that I didn't like was she rejected his money, but she took him. Like, if you're gonna say something is bad, then throw away the bad thing. Throw both the man away and the money, because your husband has hands in dirty. The money he brings is dirty, which means he's dirty too. Another thing that I take from this movie is they're like sending a particular message, and I'm gonna just call it out. They're sending a particular message to black women. Oh, he can be dirty. You can still date him. It doesn't matter. You can date him. You can do everything. In fact, you can even not protect your own self. You don't need to protect yourself. All you gotta do is make sure you protect him, the man. And I'm like, shouldn't it be the other way around? Should it not be the other way around? And the fact that she's like, I'm not taking that money. That is dirty money. That is blood money. And I'm like, yeah, and the man too that you're taking, Annie. The man too. So if you're going to throw it away, throw everything away. Because I don't understand this concept of the money is bad, but the man is terrible too. But geez, but take the man then. This is exactly why people have this notion that, especially in America, in the US, that black women like thugs and criminals, and it's giving it in this movie. It's giving the something like she knows that he is no good, but she continues to follow him. She knows he is no good. He's just like his money, and the fact that he and his brother robbed some Irishmen just to go back. And she's like, oh, I don't want the money, but I want the man. And I'm like, okay, you trash too. I'm sorry. That alone, I was like, trash. It's giving Miami vibes. And I see a lot of women out here talking about, I'm so happy for the representation. Shut up. No, seriously, dissect that movie. Sit down again. I want you to sit down, watch that movie again, and come back and tell me you like the representation, especially for the black women, though. Because I don't care about anybody else, and not my problem. Now, this was how, is it Mary? Yes. And this was how, let me just bring a video. But I did love the Mary character because they portrayed her that way. And what was the other woman's name? I can't remember. Oh my God. Let me check for the Sinner's cast, because I need to know people's name out here. Oh, goodness. The character that they played, because whoo. Oh, what? Okay. Let me just check for Sinner's cast, because I need to know who I'm talking about. And there is this other skinny black woman that they had. I don't know if I can find her photo in here. This one over here. This one. I can't really see her face here. And the way they portrayed this particular woman pissed me off. I'm not gonna lie. It's like, oh, if you're skinny and pretty and you're a black woman, you are the danger to the community. Because that is what it literally, that's the message it sent. I didn't hear any, you are a danger. You are the Jezebel that will ruin the young boys that are coming up. Because, hey, what kind of message was that? So she couldn't be like every other person. No, she couldn't. She couldn't just existed like every other person. They had to go there. That is the thing. When I hear the women out here crying, laughing and celebrating about representation, I'm like, even this girl over here didn't get grace. They could have just left that character and be like, okay, she's a decent woman that, came and, had fun with us. But no, the one skinny, good looking black woman had to be a Jezebel. She had to be a Jezebel. They have to show her sleeping with a pastor's son that had never been in a relationship, and she doing it, having no shame, And let's not forget that she was married and so was Mary. But the way they wrote Mary's character and they gave her grace and they made her so feminine and so all of that, she didn't have to do too much to get attention. And let me just bring one of the videos that I have on Mary that I absolutely love. I like the way, you know, Mary was in the movie. I'm not gonna even lie. I didn't hate the character Mary. I kind of liked it. The way they wrote it was perfect, but for the black women, it was absolutely trash. And I know a lot of black women might be like, "Oh my God, Karen," but it's not that way. It is. I see it for what it is. They could have did you good on that movie, but they decided the only skinny black woman was gonna be a Jezebel and trash and doing too much. What was that thing she was doing on the stage there when they were walking around like she was an animal or something? Let me just bring up this video of Mary. Okay, hold on.
Is this here smoke or is this stack?
Come on, let's go.
I kind of do like this edit over here of the way they portrayed her. So I'm gonna show you how they portrayed Mary. This was her. This was the character they gave her, and of course it was lovable.
She walking over here right now.
Excuse me, boy. Is this here smoke or is this stack?
Come on, let's go.
I'm not here for you.
And why you here then?
I come to hear the blues. We don't need no saving.
Yes, you do.
We gonna kill every last one of you.
Ah, goodness. Okay. Okay. So we have the video of Mary. Let me just put that down. Let me put it down. Now, her character, the way they wrote it, although she was married and she ran away. And another thing I want to talk about, I want to get into, is the relationship she had, I think, with Stark. Correct me in the comment section. The relationship she had with Stark was crazy because she's a married woman. Let's not forget that. She ran away from her husband just to be with this man. And a lot of people are not giving her smoke for that. But the other lady, I can't remember her name, like I said before, what was the cast? I'm checking for the cast so that I know who I'm talking. Is it Perling? Whatever. Her character was absolutely, the way they trashed it was crazy. They made her a married woman. She's a good looking black woman, but she's the Jezebel, the one that goes after the young boys. That's how I saw it. It was given like she's the chaos of the community. And another representation that I didn't see, if you want to be out here talking about mixed couples, inter-ethnicity couples, at least put everything. But no, it was just a stark relationship that you didn't see any. Well, to be sincere, I kind of would see why a black woman in those days that has maybe a white husband wouldn't be there for many reasons. Your own would, especially we know how this community would act, especially in those days towards a mixed couple between a black woman and a white man. Yeah, they would not be treated well. So I kind of do understand why they were not represented in this movie. A lot of people were like, some people were like, oh, where is the black woman, white man relationship in this movie? Where is that representation? And I'm like, I don't know if you understand this, but those kind of couple would have gotten smoke from both sides. Yes, they would have gotten smoke from both sides. Let's stop lying and acting like they would have had allies. They wouldn't have had allies. In fact, everybody would try to report those kind of couples. So let's stop playing now. But the other way around with the man, it would be like, yeah, she's smart. And another thing I hated with Annie's character was the fact that she would be out here, like the time the vampire was asking, the vampire, what was his name again? He asked why Mary was there. Is it Rain Smack? Mike or something like that. The time he asked why Mary was there, instead of Annie to sit her ass down or go to the background and do whatever she was doing, she decided to jump in and be like, "Oh, she's family, huh, ma'am?" You see, this is, I mean, this is the kind of this is not only something that they show you, they want you to emulate that kind of character. They're telling a lot of these women, black women in the community especially, that this kind of behavior is okay and it's fine, but you are still not going to be the preference. Let's just stop lying. That's what they're doing. You're still not going to be the preference, because this video, but there is this other video, because this is what they would do many of the time. There is this other video over here that I saw on TikTok, and I said, you know what, I'm just going to bring it here. This is what they would do, by the way. Let me just bring this other video here. Where is that video? Because this is what they would do most of the time. And I'm not bashing, I'm just giving my own honest opinion, because I watched the movie and I'm trying to give my own honest opinion about what I think about the movie and the representation, especially when it comes to black women representation in this movie. Okay, this is the video, because this is exactly the example of what they would do. Let me remove the audio from this one, because I don't want, YouTube to do. Maybe I could exchange the music. I don't know, but I would rather play it without the music in the background. I don't want copyright for it. Just watch the movie. Yeah, for the woman, he's gonna, yeah, look at that. Look at that. Like, no, I watched the movie. When I watched it, I was like, I hope nobody come out, especially I was not expecting a lot of black women to be out. Yeah, oh my God, the representation, we finally have love. I feel like black women are so desperate at this point that they could throw a grain and some people will rush after it and be like, oh, thank you very much for giving me this, because you don't want to hear the truth. A lot of people do not want to hear the truth. Oh, they made us a love interest, but what about all the other negative stereotypes that was in there about you? We are not gonna see that. You are not going to see that. You're going to turn a blind eye to that. You're going to turn a blind eye. Now, for the there is this, because we started. I know I'm talking about Annie and the character, because we have to go through each one of this whole thing, and then we get to, what is her name? I think Grace, the Asian character Grace, and her husband. So the character of Grace, this is how I felt like Asian people in the studio, I mean in the cinema, actually reacted to Grace's behavior, and I'm gonna get into that topic as well, about Grace and what she did without even confiding in other people, without talking to other people before she invited those vampires in there. Before she invited the vampires, she didn't even have a conversation with anyone. She just invited the vampires because she was emotional. She didn't care about other people's life, the people that were in that bond. She didn't care about their life. So this is how some Asian people feel like. I feel like when they talk about this is what I imagine what they felt like.
Come on in, you motherfucker! Come on in, you motherfucker! How you doing?
Now, I know this clip is a little bit funny. This is a very funny clip over here. Some of them giving up, like, why you gonna do that? Why you gonna do that? But the truth is, with Grace's character, I think it just shows, yes, they do that. It is. What is that? Like, I don't understand why people are shocked. Don't be shocked. A lot of people do that a lot, especially when it comes to the Black community. A lot of communities come in and they do that. They're cool. They're gonna rock with you when things are going well, and then they're gonna try to bounce. They'll be like, "Hey, I came here to help out and enjoy the booze and celebrate, but this whole vampire thing, when the problem starts, yeah, I'm gonna bounce." But I think I have another video of somebody trying to make excuses for Grace's character. Yeah, I'm not. You know what, I'm gonna give my take after that, because I also saw in the commentary that a lot of people was not with that nonsense, talking about yeah, let me see, mhm. And by the way, I don't know if you guys know this, but Sinners is gonna be having more movies. There's gonna be more Sinner movies. And I'm gonna say this, Black women, you better get started, because you supported this very soon. I think they have like 6 more movies that are coming out, that are gonna be coming out. You're gonna be crying for the stereotype, because if this is how it started, and you're already happy out here and being like, oh, we are the men love interest, but you still a mammy trope, or you're still in the Jezebel trope. I don't want to know how the other cinema movies are gonna come out and look like for you. Seriously, I really don't. Instead of you correcting it, nipping it in the bud immediately, you're out here. I don't understand why you guys celebrating, by the way. Let me just bring this video over here so that I can find the other video where the other guy was talking about, you know, sinners. But this is what is going to be happening next in this whole movie thing.
Because we are getting 6 more movies. Sinners is getting an entire cinematic universe because we are getting 6 more movies. So this post just popped up saying who did this, showing 6 more movies following the original movie that we already got. The second movie is going to be released in spring of 2026 called Fields of Sinners. The third movie is called Tears of Sinners, and that's going to be released in fall of 2026. Wow, a short break. We're then going to be getting the Lime Rock for Sinners of summer 2027. Then following that, we're going to be getting 90s and Sinners in winter 2028. The second to last movie is going to be Glitter and Sinners in summer of 2028. And then the last movie, Sinners 2, which has a release date of winter 2029. Bro, this is insane. And like, if this actually turns out to be real, which it looks like it's real, you got a guy sitting in front of a projection with movies behind him. How can you be any more convincing? And I'm pretty sure we're all for this, because we can all agree that Sinners was a masterpiece. And if we get more content, bro, this is not even dragging it, bro. This is just straight peak fiction.
Damn, they're gonna be making money out of this movie. I'm not lying. They're going to be making a good amount of money in this movie. And I'm just gonna say this now, for those women that I talked about, because I'm speaking about the Black women representation. I'm just gonna tell you, you better get ready, because you're about to cry some real tears, and I'm not even joking with you. Because if that is the representation you got, and you were clapping and cheering out here, I mean, the movie is not bad, don't get me wrong, but it just makes me mad when I see Black women out here talking about, oh my God, the representation, we're finally the love interest. But your character was still trash, though. You took a trashy man, but you rejected his trashy money. Makes no sense. If you're going to take the trash, take all the trash. I don't know why this particular narrative is being thrown. I think it's mostly in the Black American thing. I don't know, cultural or something. Maybe it's not. But of telling women, oh, you can't date, you can't be taking money, you can't follow money. Money is evil and this and that. But a trashy evil man, yeah, you should take that. Trashy evil man, yes. Gangsters and terrible men, yes, stand by their side, try to protect them, make a charm that protects them but not protecting yourself. Yeah, do all of that. It makes absolutely no sense. It's absolute trash. Like, if trash is trash, then throw away all the trash. The video I was trying to look for was about was another guy he was trying to defend the character, the Grace character. It was like, oh, the reason why Grace did what she did was because, you know, she and her husband just saw Stark and Smoke as business people, as business partner, and they wanted some of that cash. They wanted some of that action, and you know, they are not accepted by, this was his excuse he was given, by the way. They were not accepted by both communities. As Asians, maybe they were not really fully accepted by the whites, and also not fully accepted by the blacks, so it could be a problem, you know. And that's why they have to look after their own first, because her child was being threatened, and they were going to attack the child, and her husband had turned into a vampire. And I'm like, it makes absolutely no sense. First of all, it absolutely doesn't make any sense for Grace to do that nonsense that she did. Like, I was in shock when she said, come in. She did not even have a conversation with anybody. No conversation at all. She was the reason why those vampires got in there. And people are like, oh yeah, this is why you don't invite people to the bonfire. See, let me tell you something. You guys can be out here talking about, no. Because there is another topic I'm going to talk about later. I don't know, maybe I will make that video today or tomorrow, probably. Because this is another topic we need to talk about with all this, I don't know what to call it, inclusivity nonsense. I mean, I'm not against inclusivity, but there is a kind of inclusivity that really pisses me off. Like I had people talking about the new Pope is black. I went in to go look at the Pope, and I'm like, what are you guys talking about? Oh, she had ancestors. I said, you are the only group of people that do this nonsense. Can you please stop? This is why when people come cultural appropriate and do all of this and you start screaming, I'm like, but you said everybody can get in. But we're going to do that particular story tomorrow, because I want to talk about inclusivity, all this. Oh, and the ginger one, the one that we're talking, oh, now gingers are black, now gingers are this. And I'm like, looking at all of this and going, you see, this is why you get disrespected, because you don't shut up. And you know what? I'm going to do a video about that one particularly, because I want to air out what I have in my mind about that particular topic separately from this movie. Now, back to this movie. And another thing I noticed, because they did portray, I don't know, I think it's Stark, the time he was with Mary, you know, what, like this movie kind of did dive in there. He says one thing and he does another, because that is exactly what, you know, a lot of women are complaining about. They say one thing and they do another thing. They say one thing and they do another. Let me just bring this video here. Let me just bring this before I leave, because I don't want to make this video long.
Yeah, so good.
Because this is the same attitude they be giving you guys out here.
Don't look at her. Just over there and keep playing. Yeah, so good.
You know I waited for you.
Shit, well, I don't know how in the hell you gonna do that.
Because you told me you loved me.
Well, I told you to stay the fuck away from me too, but I guess you didn't hear that part,
Oh,
huh?
I heard you. I heard you loud and clear, but then you stuck your tongue in my coos and fucked me so hard, I figured you changed your mind.
Keep your...
Wow. So he told him, this is the part that gets me. So he did tell her he didn't want her anymore, but he still went ahead and did that shit that he did. He is trash. Like, what kind of trash person? And, oh, goodness, God, goodness. No.
voice down now. It's not exactly how I remember it.
Oh, it ain't. Remember falling asleep with your head on my chest? Leaving in the middle of the night without a fucking word?
The hell are you doing back here, Mary?
The fact that he is shocked that Mary is even here is crazy. Like, what are you shocked about? You literally manipulated this woman to coming over here, leaving her husband and coming over here. And with the vampire thing, a lot of people are like, oh, why couldn't they just turn into vampires? Because I saw a video of a guy blaming Annie for them not all, integrating and becoming vampires, and I'm like, yeah, I cannot do. Annie is a mammy, so she tried protecting everything. I'm not saying turn it into a vampire is a great thing, because yeah, they're gonna take all your cultural the cultural appropriation thing, but even the vampire himself, uh, his character was not, he was also not rocking with the racist. Let's not forget, he wasn't rocking with anybody like that. He actually appropriately named, the people that were chasing him. He gave them their direct respect for that. It was just the other people, but also it's still not a great, like, he was not bad, but he was not good as well. It was not bad and he was not good as well. So I think I'm gonna leave. If I have any other thing to talk about this particular video, I'm probably gonna make a short and talk about it in the short video. Other than that, I think I've given you guys most of what I wanted to say. The Grace character pisses me. That character pissed me off. I'm not gonna lie. That character pissed me off, because you just came for walking, and the excuse that people gave the Grace character was like, oh my god, she did that, and I'm like, no, you didn't even talk to anybody and be like, oh, okay, if you really wanted them to come inside, if you really wanted them to come inside, why don't you just go outside? You really wanted to die that much? Grace should have just gone outside and match the energy outside, but she didn't do that. She wanted to take everybody down. Like, you could have just gone outside if you really wanted to, go face to face with the vampires. But no, she didn't do that. She literally just let all the vampires in. Exactly, to destroy everything, which kind of reminds me, yeah, that kind of shit actually happens in real life. Like, you see a lot of people that come into your space and they want to be friends, they want to share your culture, they want to do all of this, but when something does not go well, they can open the door and be like, yeah, everybody get in, destroy it, let's tear it all down. It is also a lesson to learn that. Now, with that being said, I'm going to say thank you all for sticking around this long, and I will see you all on the next one. And do not forget to like and subscribe. And if I see you guys more, I will be coming back more and giving you guys my thoughts. As usual, with that being said, have a great day and goodbye.